Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Mel at Inkspired Crafts. Today I'm just doing a video tutorial on a gift box that I've made for my 10 One Sheet Wonder cards. So as you can see, it holds all the cards and the envelopes, and it's really easy to make, and it would be lovely way of gifting your One Sheet Wonder cards, or obviously other cards that you make. So for the box base, originally I was using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. Though unfortunately we don't do all the colours like we used to in the thick cardstock. We do in the two-tone, but that's not really thick enough to make the cardboard box. So I've gone over to using A4 card, and I've worked out the measurements for that, so you can make that in any colour that you desire to match your projects. Okay, so first of all we need a piece of cardstock cut to 11 inches by 7. I'm using cloud cover. We need 2 pieces that size, and then both of them are going to be scored on this long side, first of all at 2 inches, and then 9 inches. And then we're going to turn the cardstock round and score on one of the long sides, so down this way at 2 inches. And you will then end up with 2 pieces scored exactly the same. Pop those to one side for a moment, and we will do the cardstock for the lid. Now this needs to be 9 1/16, so each of the little lines past the inch mark are 1/16 of an inch, so you need to go to the first line past the 9 inch and cut there, and then turn it round and cut at 4 1/16. Okay, now we're going to score now on all 4 sides at 1 inch. So make sure you pop your cutting blade out the way and just go round all 4 edges at 1 inch. Okay, so that's all the scoring. I'm going to now just move this out the way. I've already cut the DSP and sign series paper, but I will go through that with you as I come to it. Next job is to cut these lines here on the short end, the 2 score lines up to there, and then we're going to just cut a little sliver off each of these squares and make them into like little flower pots. So cut up to the score line and take just a tiny little wedge out, and again on that side. And we're doing that for all, can't see the score line very well with the light, sorry, all 4 sides. Okay, so that's what you'll end up with on each end. The little slivers will just be taken off, will just help it to sit. Nicely. Okay, so we can burnish these score lines now. If you don't have a bone folder, you could use anything like the edge of a ruler, your nail if you've got good strong nails. It just gives it a nice crisp fold, which is what we want for the box. Okay, so we can pop that to one side, and we'll bring in the base, pop those in the bin. Okay, so for one part of the base we need to cut out these 2 big squares. Up to the score line, just cutting out those squares. Just get rid of that little titchy bit. You may find it easier to, especially on lighter cardstock, you could burnish all the score lines first and then cut it out. You might find it might be easier, it might not. I don't really notice any difference, so I'm sticking this way. And then on the second part you need to cut this score line here on both sides, just up to you can also just take a small piece off on there. Come off all the way, and that side again. It's almost like making little flower pots. So that's all the cutting. Get rid of those scraps. Okay, I'm just going to burnish the score lines. Okay, so we have the main parts of our box and our lid. We need to now just flip this over, and we're going to decorate before we glue, because that's just simply a bit easier. Don't want to lose that bit. So for the card box, we need 2 pieces of designer series paper cut at 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm going to turn that over so I can just pop those down. And then we need 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 4 3/4, and they're going to pop onto that side. Okay, so we can go ahead and just glue those. Measurements give you 1/8 of an inch border. Change that over so that we can reach this. Okay, so we'll just glue the pieces on the lid as well at the same time. So we've got this piece for the top, which is 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. Slightly wonky. Okay, then we have 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4, and then 2 pieces for the end, which are again 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to quickly glue those on. Going the right way. Okay, right, we'll pop that to one side, leave it to dry, and we'll bring the base of the box back in. We'll turn them over. This piece here is going to sit just on there. I'm just going to trim off just so that it sits within the score line on this piece. I'm just going to trim off a tiny little bit from each side. Okay, so that will fit nicely in there, and I'm going to use tear and tape for this. So it gives it instant stick, so we need to be careful that we're not misaligning it when we stick the bases together. Take your pick tool. If the backing doesn't come off easily, just give it another push down, because it should come off really quite easy. As I say, this one is now going to go into this gap. You want it lined up as best you can. I think that's all right. It's okay. Okay, so this is going to be, you've got the join here, so this will be the back. So you want all of the joins on the same side. So now we need to fold in our tabs here. Put some tear and tape. Oh, that's a bit long. Some people do use scissors and cut it exact, but it is tear and tape, called tear and tape for a reason. Okay, so we'll take those sides off. Okay, so we're now going to bring this side up and stick those together. And then this, as I say, will fold forward and you will get all of the joins on the same side. So we'll put some tear and tape here now. Two pieces on each side will be plenty. Ooh. Okay, I'll be able to just fold that bit of glue over. Okay. It's easier to line it up like so, and then you can get your bone folder or you take your pick tool and just push down inside and then line that one up. And again, give it a good push down inside. So that's the base of the box. It's really quite a sturdy box. And then with the lid, we're just going to glue on each of these tabs, and I'm just going to use normal liquid glue because there's no weight going into these on this bit, so the liquid glue will be strong enough. And then I'm just going to again line them up, hold it in place. If you've got some of those little crafting pegs, you could stick a peg on there just for a couple of minutes. All glues down pretty quickly. And then on the other end, it's moved, bear with me. Just hold that for a minute. Okay, so that then just fits nicely over the top, and you can add a gift tag, you can add some ribbon, and pop your cards and envelopes inside, and it's a nice little gift box for somebody to keep the cards in, and you don't have to actually wrap it up as well. So there we go. Okay, so I will put this on my blog and my YouTube channel, and see if you're watching it, it's going to be on the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate any likes and subscribers to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow that, and yeah, any comments also welcome. All right, thanks for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed that little project. Take care. Bye.